I always liked the 1950s. I think it's great, except if you were black and lived in Mississippi and so forth. We've definitely improved, don't you think so? I mean, average black person today is making more money and so on. Opportunities open for him. You turn on the television, you see black sports commentators, you see black athletes. Look at you, you were a teacher, you're in the jewelry business. That's great, you did this on your own.
I didn't do it on my own.
You know, can I tell you something? Many black intelligent women have difficulty finding a black intelligent man. Now, you know that as a fact. You know that as a fact.
Fall on the floor. It is a very difficult thing to exist in American society as a black man. And when you tie that in to sort of socioeconomic disadvantages that the black community has had and been subjected to throughout history, right? So lack of quality education, lack of good housing, lack of job opportunity, being subjected to be in jail at a higher rate than other people. All of these things are connected, which is why I say to you that there are structural things that need to be addressed when it comes to the black community in America. And the government is not without cause or without fault in these things.
I am not qualified to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm the best person to talk about that either.
The first time I heard that black parents, especially of boys, have to have that conversation with their sons, that said, if a policeman stops you, be respectful, put your hands out. I mean, a conversation that I couldn't fathom.
I think it's a really tricky issue. A similar kind of thing comes up with airport surveillance, where you want to have some kind of metric or rubric for trying to decide who is a, quote, risky person that needs to be screened, but at the same time, it's completely wrong and unfair for that rubric to be based on the color of someone's skin. Kids who were gunned down by police officers for the crime of wearing a hoodie or being in the wrong place at the wrong time. That is just such a shame, and I don't know anyone who doesn't feel like their skin crawls when they hear stories like that.
When it comes to the officer the Asian officer who accidentally shot the black guy in a stairwell, and now he's been indicted and all that.
He was totally screwed. It wasn't like he wanted to go to MIT and become like some exec at Apple or something like that. He's a middle-class guy from Brooklyn, and they're even Chinese guys. They want to grow up as cops.
We've watched white cops kill black people, kill Asian people, kill Latin people, and white cops never get busted. So it is fucking peculiar and disgusting that the first one that gets busted happens to be not a white guy. We said there was two factions. There was like a group of Asians that were saying, come on, he's not a white cop and that's why he's being nailed. But then there was a group of Asians saying, screw it, he's a cop and he's screwed up.
Yeah,
right?
and that it's like it reveals a larger scab in terms of racism amongst Asian people and how they align with white people and their supporting power structures. And yes, I understand what that argument is, and it is really complicated. And we are again, all fighting for space at the most fundamental level. And finding that common ground is not easy.
I think sometimes when people put on a uniform, they think that they're godlike and they can do whatever they want just because they have on a police uniform, and it's not true.
Every precinct has a wacko who joined for the wrong reason.
Right.
And they always cover. I know a lot of good cops, and I don't know why they don't speak out.
It's like a brotherhood.
Police unions are a big part of the problem because they will cover for anyone up to the point of murder.
I mean, I recently was pulled over for a speeding ticket, and the officer was a little more aggressive than he needed to be. And it was a little bit scary in the way he was talking to me. And I had my daughter in the car. I kind of thought to myself, if this is how he's talking to me as a female, how do you talk to black men or Latino men or whoever that are pulled over for whatever reasons they pull them over? Because this police officer should help you, not
And you got to ask yourself,
provoke
like,
you.
what if it was a white guy in a Lexus? Would he have taken that tone?
Who knows?